So welcome back to another video of YC Diary. So today we are honored to have Mr. Venu CV with us. He have already trained more than thousands of students and working professional, having 2 decades of experience in IT, a memory management tenure, and not this much. He have written 4 books in his entire life. And let's hear from him, like how was his journey from being a mechanical engineer to be author and the trainer, which is helping individual to become best version of themselves.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, just to give my quick introduction, this is my third innings.
This
I
is great.
started I'm a mechanical engineer. I worked in a factory. At the same time, I was running my own small scale industry. Plus, I was running a taxi. In the absence of my driver, I used to drive. So morning, I start my day and I used to end in the night. I used to work in shifts.
Okay.
After working for even for 5.5 years, it was my income was meager, and I was wanted to do something for my earning. Then people suggested that why can't you move to software? That is the time year 2000. I did a mainframe course before 2000. Then I moved into IT. I worked in IT industry for almost 17 years. I
Yeah.
was in USA for an H1 visa very first time. Then back in India, I worked for three bigger major MNCs like IBM, SL Ferro Systems, and Verisign.
Okay.
And when I was 43, I quit my job. Always I wanted to do something on my own because initially I started my career with a business plus working in a factory and having my own taxi business. I always wanted to do on my own. I quit my job at the age of 43, that is 2013.
Okay.
And I had a regret on my communication skill. I studied in rural Karnataka. Then when I moved to IT industry, when I was working in USA, I really got a pinch of my lack of communication skill in English.
Okay.
My accent, pronunciation, what I speak, they could not understand what they are speaking. I could finding it difficult to understand. Usually, I used to kind of depressed at the end of the evening. Used to sometimes I used to cry because I don't know when I have to bring my family to USA. That is the situation. That time a thought trigger in my mind. I need to do something on my communication skills. But over the period of time, after staying 1 year in US, then moved back to Bangalore, in between jobless, then find a job, then work for almost like 16 years in an IT company in Bangalore.
Okay.
Then I quit, as I said, right, 2013. Because of my regret, right, on communication skill, I thought of giving back to the society. I started going to government schools. So teach them soft skills, how
Okay.
to communicate, how to present themselves, how to be confident. These are all things I missed in my journey. I missed some promotional opportunities because of my introvert, inferiority complex. So I wanted to take that out from the small kids. This is how journey started, and in the journey I started loving that.
Yeah.
And when students come back, when oh, yeah, yes, sir, you're something great you have done. Thanks for your support. When I keep hearing, right, and then this is how interest built on that. And in the meantime, there is one. I met one more person, retired Airways Marshal Venkatraman. I was looking for a Sanskrit slokas to include my speeches
Okay.
whenever I want to do sessions, right? So that to give an impact, I want to include Sanskrit slokas. There is a saying, right? When student is ready, teacher appears. There's a retired airways marshal appeared to me. An unknown person, new introduction, someone introduced him. Then I went and asked him, can you teach me some Sanskrit slokas related to education so that I want to enhance my speaking.
Okay.
In the process, right, I gave some content, he gave some quotes related to Bhagavad Gita. Then it's almost like a 1 year of working with him. That content turned into a book. That is how I became an author of first book.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like one book leads to another book leads to another. So as of now, I written 4 books, and I'm writing one more book on energy management. That
That's
is the need of the hour because everybody is stressed.
yeah.
This is how my journey. I go to school, colleges, even I do conduct trainings in corporate companies for few hour sessions to full day workshop. This is all about me.
Yeah, like that's a quite inspiring journey, I must say, when it comes for like factory worker, taxi driver, and being in a corporate for 16 years, and after that quitting job at the age of 43 and starting something by your own is something big and a bigger decision that you have taken. And as you mentioned, like you go to government school and educate their students to how to like they can improve their soft skill and all. That's great interview, I must say, because we need leaders like this, because we know the struggle, how it feels when we fail to interact or communicate in front of group of people who are in a society at some high standard. And as you mentioned, like sometime you cried as well. So that's the raw part you shared with me, I think. So just a follow-up question, as you mentioned, like you are writing a book as well, and when it comes for the Shanti shlokas, so can you just elaborate what means any Shanti shloka that you want to means tell on this podcast that will help individual or that can.
One quote always tell to the people, Atmaivahi Atmano Bandhur, Atmaiva Ripur Atmaha. Mind is the best friend, mind alone is the greatest enemy. That is
Okay.
where I will always go with empower your mind. You take control of your mind and you can do wonders.
Yes, perfect. So, like as you mentioned, you take control of your mind and you can do anything. And the mind is the biggest enemy as well. So, how we should use that precisely, focusing on the good part only instead of focusing something that will kill your productivity. So, how we can manage that thing?
Oh, simple way to tell you. Okay.
Okay.
We talk about mind, right? Mind your tongue. Are you out of your mind? Today I'm stressed out. Today not in a mood to work. Most of the times, or not most of the times, every time this points to the mind.
Yeah.
We talk about mind a lot. But I would like to ask a question to all the viewers looking this podcast. What is mind? It's very difficult, right? People say mind is compared to a computer, is more than a computer. Many things they will say.
Yeah.
But layman terms, see, until if you buy a product, it comes with a futures of it. Correct, right? If you know it, so that you can use it better. But mind, we don't know. Many things we don't know about our own mind, how to take control of your mind, how to manage our emotions, how to enjoy life, how to talk. Many things we don't know.
Yeah.
We program in such a way that that is how our subconscious mind is programmed. Outside, we our behavioral based on our program. That is how we'll keep doing it. But we'll never do a check and balance whether my thinking is right, I'm speaking in a right sense.
Okay.
No one knows and no one do an introspection on that.
Yeah. That's
So,
so
in a common way to tell you is mind is nothing but thought. Great Ramana Maharshi said, mind is nothing but thought is nothing but mind. Thought mastery is mind mastery means thought mastery. That's all I can say. If we manage our thought, then everything works out.
So, like, what do we say in terms of our thoughts and everything that makes impact, whether it's in positive or negative? Like, there isn't say you should never speak bad about yourself, and why is it so? Like, when it comes for like, I'm not able to do this. I'm bad at this. Never say this. So why?
Yeah. Before that, let me clarify what is thought. Okay. There is a research report says on an average we think about 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts per day. It is like a book of content. Okay. One book we say 50,000 thoughts are the words are there. That will keep thinking. Unfortunate thing is more than 75% of our thoughts are redundant, unnecessary, catastrophic, overgeneralization, future thinking, or regretting something, or negative thinking. Only 25%, less than 25% is our thoughts are positive and productive.
Okay.
You got my point, right?
Yeah.
So, where the some people are too much negative also, even their productive thoughts is less than 10%.
Yes.
So thought mastery is mind mastery. So you said right, you need to tell a good words, positive words. There's a bigger, deeper understanding of this because the subconscious mind believes what we talk. The instruction we are giving it to subconscious mind, like I'm weak, I could not do, it is not my area. How can I talk to them? How can I talk to the bigger people? They're good, they're intelligent. We are knowingly, unknowingly, we are reprogramming our subconscious mind to negative thoughts.
Yes.
Okay. Yes, negative thoughts are good. I'm not saying negative thoughts should not be there. Negative thoughts are there to prepare positively.
Yes.
If something I'm doing a business, there are many positive things I will think. If something business not go well, negative thing, what are my alternative? Negative thoughts should be there to create alternatives.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, what is my second option? Yes, negative thoughts is good, but with respect to positive thinking. See, that is why you talk about affirmations, right? Positive affirmation that will reprogram our subconscious mind. See, this is all about we say always be positive. When we are in positive, our actions will be positive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. And when it comes for the productivity management, let's get to second question. So you have been working in this field as well. When it comes for the productivity, so I think productivity management problem isn't about the productivity. It's all about the accountability that people are running away from. So what's your thought on this?
See, productivity means simple definition of productivity is I'm, if I am working for 8 hours, what is my output?
Okay.
Is I'm getting 8 hours output, 8 hours input, am I getting 8 hours output? A student studying for 2 hours, whether the output matches with 2 hours.
Okay.
If a student is keep looking at mobile notification in between the 2 hours, there is a resource conflict or switchover cost. Switchover cost, maybe that one technical word we need to understand. Now I am focused and I am focusing on my studies. My concentration is 100%. The things are getting into my mind faster. The moment notification comes, I look at the notification, look at the message. When I come back to my studies, right? That we call it as switchover cost. To get that, regain that 100% concentration focus, right? It takes some more time. So that is why when you do something productive means we need to be focused. Instead of taking 2 hours, let's study for 1 hour completely. Take a break, look for notification, relax, have a sip of water, come back and remain 1 hour more. You can study. That is how you plan, right? Then that is a productive hours.
Okay.
Suppose that is one way of looking productivity. Suppose second way of looking productivity is see I am doing some job.
Okay.
If I'm an author, if my English writing is poor, my communication is poor, how can be productive in my writing? To do my job, the required skill set I need to be developed so that I can be more productive. Like this, I look at this productivity. There are many ways to increase our productivity. These are all the two examples I want to give it to you.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. I got some clarity on this. So basically, you wanted to say we should be able to get back to whatever we are doing. So it should be a state of retention. If you are getting distracted, again come back, focus. Again come back and focus. Yeah. So like I saw on your LinkedIn you mentioned memory management and memory techniques. So can you just teach me one of the memory technique that I can use in my life in daily life and that can be taught in just 5 minutes. Is it something that you can do a real means experiment over this podcast?
Yes, I will. I created a two quote.
Okay.
I can tell. It can take it as a mantra for our memory retention.
Okay.
The first quote is the power of memorization lies in thinking like a story, visualizing like a movie.
Thinking
Thinking
like a
like
story and visualizing like a movie.
yeah, that is one quote.
Okay.
Second quote, the power of memorization lies in imagination, association, and visualization.
Okay.
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 Okay, let me give an example. Usually, I'll give my own example. How you people you going to remember my name Venu CV.
Okay.
Let's apply to these two codes. Venu, I can associate with Venu, Venu, and remove the last letter. Venu, it becomes. Okay. Venu and Venus, remove the last letter. Venus. Venu. Okay. CV can be associated with a curriculum vitae, resume writing.
Yeah.
Venu
Same.
is giving a Venu is giving a session on a bigger venue. Okay. And his face is as bright as Venus.
uh,
Okay, it's giving a session on curriculum vitae CV, how to write effective resume. So story, imagination, association, everything is happen.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And we need to learn power of visualization. If you are working towards power of visualization, after you study for an hour, close your eyes, try to recall like a movie, screen by screen. That is, remember to repeat to remember. So you are recalling what you studied, right? From long term memory, you are recalling when you visualize. So that will come like an image.
Yes.
If you watched a movie, okay, if you close your eyes, just try to recall that movie from starting to end, screen by screen, right? So that is the power of visualization. So when you look at movie, we retain for longer duration because we are looking like a movie. The
Yes.
same thing, even the text content, we can convert into a visuals.
Perfect.
So if you do that, you can double your memory power within no time. Within a day, you can increase. If you start applying these techniques, I'm damn sure. Only thing, this should become an habit.
Yeah, like imagination is the biggest power that I can say after
Yeah,
getting asked.
the power of imagination is the power of creativity. Without imagination, you can't create.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true. So, talking about your experience in the corporate, like we know you have trained more than thousands of students, but when it comes, every student is not same. Their learning ability is different. Their power means intellectual knowledge is different. So, how was you means, able to manage them and to interact with them? Because when you're standing in front of crowd of 100 people sitting in one seminar hall, so you have to be very conscious while delivering your knowledge that should be understandable for a person who don't know anything and the person who know everything. So how you have managed that thing in corporate?
See, I'm going with the two guidelines or two vision. Okay, one
Hmm.
is make them think.
Hmm.
Okay, and empower their mind. See, that's all I need to do. I can't do more than that because I can tell them, guide them, give inputs, many things I can do. I cannot go and sit in their mind to change something.
Yes.
So if I make them to think and empower their mind, right? That's all. Because information is at fingertips. Today generation, information is not a problem. If I guide them, give them right, then they will. Once they get that curiosity, they will learn. That is my two process. Okay. So what I will do is basically I will give a layman terms of example.
Okay.
For example, uh, for emotion, okay, for example, what is the difference between thought and emotion? What comes first, thought or emotion?
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Then some people say thought, some people say emotion. Maybe I'll ask them to do an experiment. So they will get a visualization, hands-on experience. For example, take a lemon, okay, stretch your tongue, squeeze the lemon, the drops falling on your tongue, be in that imagination, taste the juice of the lemon, okay, whatever it may be, feel it, enjoy it, okay, it is spreading all over tongue. Then close that imagination. You feel like having more juice, you want more taste, squeeze it more, enjoy. Okay. Then I'll ask them to open and ask them the experience. Okay. Then they will say, "Oh, I started mouth watering something and all." Okay. What I say is, thought comes first, then emotion comes first. You didn't add a lemon in your hand. You didn't taste it at this moment. That is why you got an emotion. Because
Yeah.
of thought, you got an emotion. So control your thought to control your emotions. This is how my explanation go. Anyway, I'll try to give a basic example. For example, leadership. Maybe with this example, leadership. Suppose in a park, okay, small children are playing in a tree. On the branch of the tree, they are playing, and these elders, maybe your own kids, are playing, and you are standing below that and watching them playing. Suddenly, a storm breeze, right? Strong breeze started blowing. Okay, the branches started shaking. What kind of instruction, what kind of leadership style you will going to give it to your leader, your students, or kids who are playing that? Maybe different people will give different answers.
Yeah.
One people say you jump from there, I will catch. Okay. Some people you get on fast. Okay. Some people say, oh, you hold your breath till the breeze stops. Okay. I'm. Some people say, you think what you can do. I'm there with you. If something fall, I can catch you. You take a decision. Positive way of telling. Some people say coaching.
Yeah.
Some people say supporting. The different style, democratic styles, the participative style, right? There are different styles are there, leadership. So with one image, I can try to explain them so that they will understand. This is how my training will go, so that I'll make them think. That's all my vision. Make them think and come out. Okay. And how to implement, I'll give some statistics or some kind of handouts to them so that they can refer and they can build on that. Suppose if I say improve communication, I will explain the communication. I'll try to give an handout and all something pretty easy to follow after they get out of the meeting. Also after 1 month, 2 months, what they refer, right? How to improve. I'll give some inputs to follow.
Okay.
How
I think
my art style.
that's quite impressive the way you explained that lemon example and all. Yeah, I think that's an interesting and it definitely builds curiosity among students and all. So just one question: if you want to define the power of communication, so how will you define?
See, power of communication is a vague word. It's one sentence is very difficult to say. Okay. See, power of communication is something what we speak. The other person should feel like listening.
Listening. Yeah.
Okay? Listening. If audience are the king, actually, whatever ideas I have as a trainer, I have a lot of ideas. If audience are not ready to listen to me, if I am not in a position to impress them, there is a hook when I start my speech, right? There should be a hook there. Okay, I need to grab the attention of the audience. So I will say communication is something, not a normal communication I'm talking about. In terms of public speaking, a leader talking to a team member, a leader talking in a team meeting, teachers giving a session in a school, or a student giving a speech, right? So the main skill for communication is how I can make them create a hook so that audience connect to me and then listen to the next 1 hour or half an hour. That is where I will define communication skill.
So like we should make our audience feel comfortable and interactive with us just by telling whatever we want to tell them. So
Okay. For example, let me give you an example. I'm a Toastmaster. You know about Toastmaster, right? I'm a distinguished Toastmaster. Okay. That is about public speaking. Suppose a team member innovated something app. Okay. He will say, okay, all these years we are spending to create a report more than an hour every day or 2 hours a day. Every day evening, like 4:30 to 5, people spend time on creating a report, 1 hour on report. Now, on the click of a button, it will generate within 5 minutes. You would like to know? That is a work. So the audience will listen to them for the next half an hour. That
yes.
is the work, that is the communication.
So like who plays a very important role? Yeah, yeah, like even I feel the same. Like our product manager, whenever she will start presenting something, the very first thing she will be like, "It will be quick, just 5 minutes I will take," and this is how it works. So just give me some time. I won't take much than that. So I think this is something that permission based opener and a hook. So that's the reason we never felt bored while listening to her.
If your manager would have said, right, it takes next 1 hour, you need to be serious, attentive, okay, then make your mind free and no coffee break, nothing, right? Then you will not feel like listening. Your
Yeah,
energy will drop that particular moment.
yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, 5 minutes and take 10 minutes, that is fine.
Perfect. So, what is the very common trait that you have found among students or the working professional who are struggling with communication? And like, what one advice you could give them to be a good communicator? Because that is most important skill in 2026 that you can have. Because having knowledge within you is very important, but expressing your knowledge is important than that, because no one knows what you carry within you, and you should be presentable. If you are presentable, and I have seen some people who don't have much knowledge, but they just know something about this, and they will present in such a way that they know everything, and even they are ready for counter questions as well. And the people, means the individual person who is listening that thing, he will think, yeah, he knows everything, but in reality he doesn't know anything, but still
Okay.
he's able to manage that. How, like, how he can also play with this thing, like some sort of psychology.
Okay.
Curious to know.
Okay. See, there is one student is doing his engineering.
Yeah.
Okay, he's doing one-on-one mentoring with me. He's coming for some 10 sessions, and is inclusive of memory, overall personality development. He's very good. We are very grasp. Whatever I explain, right, he will understand. He will work out, and he will come back. But I see very silent. He will never ask question. Is when I ask something, then only will open up his mind. Then I said, okay, imagine a situation, you are a college student, okay, so
Yeah.
you're doing engineering. So why should a company hire you?
Hi.
Okay, company will should hire you. I will ask this question. See, your work can be done by even the 10th standard student with this AI technology era, correct,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Anybody can learn coding, they can do it without with some preparation. Why a company requires an engineer than the 10th standard student? What is that one difference you can tell me? See, that is what I said. Then triangle of success, I'll say, or something, right? This knowledge can only get you to get an interview.
Yeah.
But to pass through the interview, you need to be a good communicator. How you convince that? Otherwise, same people, same knowledge, one may get some few lakhs of salary. Who is communicative, right? You will get more salary. I
Yes.
said simple example. Forget about you also did same interview. Okay, same equal. That other person said, "What is the what I can learn out in this organization? How extra I can contribute?" Okay, what are all the? He asked after the interview. That guy asked the HR, "What are the technology you are using? Is this I will get a freedom to introduce my ideas in the company? This is I love this kind of environment." Even that kind of communication, right? The extra flavor, right? You will be selected and will be paid more.
Yes.
Even you are technically good. So communication, one skill that makes the difference between knowledge person to other person. Same knowledge with having communication, you will have a added advantage. Company don't want developers, coder. Company wants the person who brings project to the company.
Yeah.
The person who talks to the client, get projects to the company want that kind of person in the company, because competitive world, right, getting a project is bigger task. So communication, negotiation skill, conflict management, these are all the high skill one should learn as a leader.
Yeah. That's so true, so true. And even I realized this after coming to Bangalore, and when I was back there in my hometown, Amravati. So I was also among the student who struggled a lot in terms of communication and everything, and still I'm learning. And this entity, I just started to become a good communicator, to have interaction with people who have great experience, so I can learn from their experience. And like, coming back to another question, like you have written some books, 4 books. So, like, apart from your own book, which is one of your favorite book, or like a recommendation that you can give so that you have read it and that lesson was something very helpful for your journey, or you got inspired by that particular book.
book. Okay. My first book, what got impressed is The Power of Subconscious Mind.
The Power of Subconscious Mind.
Joseph Murphy.
Okay.
That is the one book. Initially, I started when I started writing a book. That is where I became a mind coach. That is one of the book I always loved. That it talks about how subconscious mind programs. Our entire behavioral style depend on the subconscious mind. One of the book everybody has to read.
Okay. Okay. So can you
Okay?
just
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Tell me.
sorry to interrupt. Yeah, can you just share one of the lesson from that particular book, if you remember, that could be helpful, or that could be share on this particular.
I long time, but I'm using most of the content. Now I created my own content based on this.
Yeah, no worries. If you can share any sort of summary that can help our audience.
For example, like I don't know whether from that book or different book. Now I forgotten. Okay,
No
like
worries, no
conscious
worries.
mind, subconscious mind, right? Like iceberg. Okay, conscious mind is only at 10%. Now we are talking. We are in the conscious mind.
Yes.
Okay, but our thoughts, everything, the reactions, everything comes from the my emotions, behavioral style, my program, my experience, right? That is how my subconscious mind works. Even though I say I am consciously thinking, but unconsciously my the subconscious mind is driving that.
Yeah.
Example to give, right, is not from the book, but I developed over the book because I got a bad experience with one of the real estate person. Okay, he's always wearing gold and all, with always nicely dressed, and this when I listening to his words, right, you'll make, oh, he's giving the best product to for us. Okay, but after that I cheated with that person. See, whenever I see a person with coming with a night dress, talks too much jargons, as if I can make you something millionaire, that is the product I'm going to say, right? I'll always go one step back and think, okay, think consciously, think, oh, try to understand him better, then I'll take a call. Okay? My experience, because my subconscious mind experience program, that is how I always think where overall people talks too much of jargons. That is why I don't like a person who say I'm going to transform you. Come and join my workshop. If a person says I'm going to transform you, I can change your life. I can make from 1 lakh earning to 1 crore earning.
Yeah.
How it is possible? It is
It's
impossible.
it's not.
Okay. See, one cannot transform anyone. We are trainers. We are mediators, boss. I
Yes.
can point some knowledge to you, some tidbits to you, some framework to you to follow.
Yeah.
Apart from this, I don't have any role to make you intelligent. Okay, that is your effort actually. That is your effort. That is why I'm not take claim myself, right? Because of me, he is today is like that. I'm one portion I would have given. There are many other portion. Okay, you
Yeah.
got my point, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
got.
this is how I look at it.